In order to use CNC equipment, we need to learn G&M codes. G&M or CNC machines originally began with punch tape, where there were contacts, and the holes cut in the tape would allow these contacts to make contact, and that would drive a motor. But when computer chips were built in the 1970s, they started changing this over to G&M code. The CNC is moved by a program and is usually written in G&M code. And just like any other computer-driven mechanism, a CNC communicates using its own language. In order to communicate with the CNC, we first have to convert our language, what we understand, move over here, do this, turn that on, into one that the CNC equipment will comprehend. There are two types of instructions that exist. Those which define the toolpath, such as X and Y, and those that define turning the spindle on and off. Here we've got a line number. This is our block sequence number. The M code, this is a miscellaneous code, and it's telling the machine that it needs to do a tool change, and then that's followed by the tool number that it would like changed into. A lot of these machines will have a bank of tools and can change tools in and out as they're machining. And then the comma separator, the semicolon, is our comment separator, and that gives us, we can then put a comment as to what it is. Your code the more you comment, the more easier it will be, or the easier it will be to troubleshoot your code later on. Okay, here is our line number 2. Next, we have the M, the miscellaneous code, and 03 tells us to turn our spindle on. And then the S tells us that the next number is going to be our spindle speed in RPM. So in this case, that's 1500 RPM. All right, here we again have our line number, and we have prep code. This prep code means that we're going to be doing, everything's going to be done from our PRZ, our part reference is 0. And this is absolute. So everything, all these numbers are based on our part reference 0. Okay? G is a prep code, and 01 is a straight line interpole. That means that it's going to cut a straight line from where it is to this X coordinates, 1/2 inch, from the PRZ, and to the Y coordinates, 1/2 inch from PRZ, and our Z reference, which is our plunge, which is when we're cutting into the part, that Z reference is going to be at 0. And it's going to do all three of these at the same time. So it will move X, Y, and Z at the same time. And it's going to do that with a feed rate of 1 inch per minute. Okay. All right, a little bit more terminology here. So the address character, which is the N, the G, and the F, okay, so also this G, is used in the G&M code programming to designate a class of functions. So an N is a line number, a G is usually something that tells us something about our motion, right, how we're going to move. And then the F is our feed rate, so how fast we're going to move. The parameters are the things that come after our address characters. And an address character and a parameter is a word. Let me get that going. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. So a word is the address character, and the parameter, that is our word. A block is a single line of code. All right. All right. Next thing we need to do is we need to go through these G codes, and we're going to go ahead and do that in our next video.